Hey everyone, welcome back to another great episode of This Week at Tate Yoko. We got a lot to cover, so we're going to get right into it. We got some GShock news, we got an update on Brandon's truck, we have a new release coming out this week, and much more. So definitely stick around until the end. But don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So I'm going to come around here to the fit zone. Starting from the top, I've got on my vintage A3 herringbone cap. I have on an older Aloha shirt. You can't get this one anymore, I don't think. But anyways, brought it out. Wait, my circular knit tee, veg tan thick belt, holding up my Strong Guy left hand twills here, fading nicely. I think this is about like 8 months or so. Quite happy with them, so I think they're nicely faded for the summertime, which was my goal. I have on my John Lofgren engineer boots in natural chrome XL, which are finally kind of breaking in, getting comfy. And then to finish it off, I have, of course, my GShock Square. This is the GMW 5000, or no, B5000-1 or something. I don't know. Anyways, we'll talk more about that in a bit. Justin?
Howdy doody. So today, very simple, mostly black actually. I didn't even mean to. Yes, do it over here. Oh, a little square. Black circular tee in black. I already said that. My black salvage strong guys. I've had these since about, I think, November 2023. I don't know how long ago that was. Several months. My black half caps, Advanced half cabs, and of course, since we're talking about watches today a little bit, I got my Casio F91W.
What is your accessory you have right here?
Oh, true, my key hook. I forget about it sometimes, you know. This is my key hook. These are ours. They're great. You kind of keep them right over your belt here, as opposed to other ones we have where kind of go over your belt loop. I like these a lot. They're nice, easy to take off, really convenient. Always at a grasp. That's all from me, guys. Who's next there again?
Good morning. I mean, might not be morning for you, but it's morning for me, almost. So I got here my Dragon Ball Z 18-ounce jacket, I think. Trunks jacket, yeah, without the patch. And my purple Salvage ID here.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, show off the button.
The button, oh yeah, with the stars there. I got also the Wanderlooper heavyweight khaki t-shirt. I got the Kiko short. I mean, it was Kiko pant. I cut into shorts.
It's fading nicely. How many times do you wash those?
I would say maybe about 5 times. Yeah.
You wash them inside out or right side out?
Both. I even this out. I got Vans, like I choose Vans leather, green leather, and cheap socks. That's all for me.
And I shall close it out over there. Hello, friends over there in YouTube land. Good morning. Yeah, good morning to everyone over here. My name is Terry. This is This Week at Tate Yoko. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I have on myself today. I always go on the top. That's how it is. I still have these, oh man,
Wax
Thursdays.
flash.
The fleshy, waxy, inside out sneakers over here. Pretty durable. Pretty durable. It's supposed to fade in a cool way, but they haven't faded enough yet there, but they're pretty durable. Elephant 11S True Guys. We just did a little last week we did a photo and a little Fade Friday on these there, which I was really pleased how they came out. They are doing great. One of my favorite jeans we have here from our collection. I have, of course, a white t-shirt here shrouded by this older short sleeve easy shirt. So it's a different cut from Garrett's. It's a short sleeve easy shirt. We still sell this cut. And this is the Jungle Vacation cloth. I kind of really like this. I want to go for like the washed up like 90s party guy look. You know, there's room for expansion, you know, like girth wise. So I kind of started to piece it together and I was kind of pleased there. So I had to go for like the 50 hat to kind of like to complete the look. I actually noticed a whole roll of this fabric lying around in the corner of a warehouse. So if you really like it, who knows? Who knows? Okay, yeah, anyway, but yeah, that's it for my little fit update. Oh, of course, I got, you know what you love. I got old iron sides over here, my old GWM 5600 there, the Casio that, the G-Shock that started it all. I'm gonna do a quick little warehouse overview, a couple of bit of tidbits, some information, some knowledge surprises coming your way. We just had a core restock. A core restock, that's right. So we got some more core jeans just came into the warehouse there. So I know you guys are very good about putting the notification button on your orders for the size and the fits that you guys want. But we do have some more jeans, so definitely they'll be ready for you guys, of course. The MIJ 14 release last week just evaporated like so much morning dew. It just kind of poof, popping and gone. So I hope you guys got some, and if you didn't, you know where to find them on follow the blog. Check out our partners.
You can also check out the New York store.
Yep.
Or the blog, like nakedfamousdenim.com blog will have a list of all the retailers who received it. So if you didn't get your size, check there.
Yeah, I think that's about it. But yeah, we have like a lot of, basically now we're entering like this early like release bonanza season. I think from now until forever, we're just going to be like launching jeans almost every week, I think.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous.
There's a lot. I saw the schedule. It's packed.
I counted the amount of releases coming between now and Christmas, and it is immense. Like we might have to do some like double release weeks and stuff just to get through it all.
Double fisted.
Anyways, we have a release this week. It's a little bit different. It's the Unbranded brand. So if you're not familiar, this is our sister brand, the Unbranded brand, which is, I'd say the best value selvage denim you can find anywhere. And we're finally releasing the wide fit. So this is long awaited. This is basically going to be the strong guy equivalent in the Unbranded brand. So if you wanted to get one of the Unbranded brand jeans in the wide fit, they are now going to be coming. This week we're releasing the 14.5 ounce, which is our most standard, most classic, tried and tested. Everybody loves a 14.5 ounce. And so yeah, this Thursday, 11 a.m., the unbrandedbrand.com, you're going to be able to get your hands on a wide fit. So look out for that. Okay, so next we got a big update here. So we've been teasing it for a long time. I know I've been mentioning it, but finally we are now going to be stocking GShock, which I'm super happy about. Terry's super happy about it. Terry, come on around. You're GShock ambassador.
This was a long time coming. A lot of back and forth.
It was not easy.
No,
but I was motivated.
Yeah.
And I was like, we have to sell GShock because we pretty much all here wear Casios or GShock. And I just feel like the product lines up with our product so well.
Yeah.
Not only is it a Japanese company, get made in Japan watches, but they're like rough and tumble. Like, they take a beating and keep on ticking. Is that what it is?
They could take a licking and
take
keep
a licking.
on ticking.
Exactly. That's what it is. So it just kind of, to me, raw denim, which is again this rough thing that you're supposed to like live in and beat up, just matches perfectly with the brand identity, the DNA of GShock. So I thought it would be a perfect item to complement the jeans. So anyways, I want to get into GShock, give you guys kind of a background and history, and we're going to talk about one GShock watch. We got a bunch here, which you're going to be showing off in the next few weeks. We're just going to be taking a look at one today.
Which
one? And you definitely want to stick around until the end because I have a special deal if you want to get your hands on a GShock. We're going to give you guys an exclusive little deal to get things rolling here. Okay, so what is GShock? Terry, let me test you. What is the G in GShock?
100 years ago, Mr. GShock invented the watch.
No, but okay. Here's a quiz for everyone here and you at home. Do you know what the G in GShock stands for?
I was going to guess it's going to be for G-forces.
Oh, you're very close. You're kind of right.
Okay.
So GShock stands for gravitational shock. So kind of a G-force.
Well, the G in G-forces, I'm sure, isn't it G, like constant G, gravity in physics?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you're right. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So basically, if you don't know, the story goes that in 1981, one of the Casio engineers, his name is Kuiko, I think,
Kikuo,
eBay. He was traumatized because he dropped. He was given a watch by his father, and he dropped it on the floor, I guess, and it like shattered into pieces, as did most watches at that time.
Yeah, they weren't.
And it crushed him. His soul, his heart was so broken that he decided he needed to do something about it. So he formed a team with two other engineers at Casio, and they made a project, and they called it Oh yeah, Project Tough. Or Team
Project
Tough. Yeah,
Team
Project Tough.
The tough team.
Anyways, and they had this goal to achieve what they called the Triple 10. Have you heard about this? Okay, so the Triple 10 is they want to make a watch that could survive a 10-meter fall. They want to have a 10-bar water resistance, which is 100 meters basically, and a 10-year battery life. And so that was kind of like the three criteria that they had to make a watch. Triple 10. So it took them about 2 years. They had to do a lot of tests, a lot of, dropping the watch out of the bathroom window on the 3rd floor over and over and over again, with many iterations and designs to try to develop a watch that could withstand this abuse, to make a tough watch that you wouldn't be able to drop and break. So basically 2 years later, by 1983, they had the first watch, was the DW500C, which is a square model.
The good year, 1983. The good year.
And that one, it wasn't as successful until they made a second model, I think, which was the 5600, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And that one, they made an advertisement where they had a hockey player slap shot the watch or something like that. And there was the commercial in the US, and the watch sales just blew up, and kind of the rest is history. Of course, it was super popular in the 90s. If you grew up in the 90s, you remember G-Shocks were a really big thing.
Oh man, we were slap shotting everything in the 90s. It was hockey. This was the era of the Mighty Ducks and everything.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So you couldn't go anywhere without slap shotting something.
Yeah. So why are we stocking G-Shock? Well, we basically all wear Casios or G-Shocks already. Bezad, if you know who he is, he's also a huge...
You might have heard of him.
You may have heard of him. He's also a big G-Shock fan, partially responsible for at least me getting into it. I also used to really love mechanical watches, and don't get me wrong, I still do. Mechanical watches are super cool. But the thing is, there's a couple problems with mechanical watches. One, they're quite expensive sometimes, and I've spent
very expensive,
way too much money on mechanical watches. And two, they're relatively delicate, which doesn't really match up with my lifestyle. I like to have, I wear boots and jeans. I just want to be able to not worry about my stuff and it breaking. And one time, one of my watches, I ended up kind of hitting it on a ladder, and I didn't even notice at the time, but I smashed the sapphire crystal on it, and it was
that's bad.
Very, very, very expensive to replace, because it was a proprietary crystal and all this stuff, and it traumatized me. Like our friend Kikuo.
Kikuo
eBay. Yeah, I was traumatized a little bit, and I kind of stopped wearing them, and I was put off of watches just because I was stressed about you're wearing this expensive thing around, and that if you bump it on something or you drop it or whatever, now you're thousands of dollars to repair it. So anyways, that, and also G-Shocks, this is the killer feature that I like, crazy accurate, which we'll get into more, because not only is it
they're
quartz,
very good at telling the time.
They're very good at doing what they're supposed to. So not only is it quartz,
they have a feature,
but they have some killer features which make sure that the time is perfectly accurate, and way more accurate than any mechanical watch. So anyways, come in a little bit closer here, Vinny. We need the close-ups here.
The real close-ups.
So the first watch we're going to be showing off, let's just open the box here, show you what it looks like. So we got our instruction manuals. It comes with your Casio G-Shock International Warranty Card. I know some people worry about this because they're thinking, if I move to a different country or whatever, no warranty, but this is the international warranty, so don't worry about that. Inside is this cool hexagonal box, and if you open it inside, there's nothing except the plastic cover. Why? Because it's on my wrist already. So yeah, this is my personal... Hold on, this is kind of awkward. I'm gonna take it off just so we can show it. This is my personal one.
Yeah, you bought that with your money.
I bought this with my money because I put my money where my mouth is, or my mouth where my money is. I don't know, how do you say it?
Skin in the game, yeah.
Yeah, and I just love them so much. So of course, why wouldn't I? This is the metal GShock Square. The model number is the GMW B5000-1. So as you can see here, it's metal on the basically the watch case, and then it's got these rubber straps here on the sides.
So
So
it's kind of like a hybrid watch.
it's a hybrid watch.
Half rubber, half luxury metal.
Yeah, if you compare this to the original DW 5000C or the current model, the 5000R, it's very similar. Basically the exact same shape and design. So it's going back to that original design language of G-Shocks, which I do really love, the GShock Square. I think, in my opinion, it's a timeless look now. It's been around for a long time. Of course, this one has the negative display. So if you want to show yours, Terry.
A little grungier.
So you can see here, Terry's has a positive display, which is like kind of the more standard. This one's a little bit fancier, so it has a negative display, so black with white numbers and letters. It's, of course, has that classic brick pattern. I don't know if you can see that there. I can maybe put a picture in that classic brick pattern. Great viewing angles on it, very easy to read. And one thing that people don't often talk about, don't take yours off, Terry, I want to keep showing, is the strap and the rubber. So if you look at Terry's, it feels very like
This is
plasticky.
15 years of use. 15 years.
But you can feel like feel the difference, Terry. See how soft and
this is very
supple,
pliable. This is harder.
and not as luxurious feeling. It's very more like a plastic feeling, where this feels like a rubber, you know? And then, so all the G-Shocks that we're going to be stocking are going to be made in Japan only. They're made in Japan. It's called Yamagata Prefecture. And their factory there, they call it the Mother Factory. So it's basically all of the G-Shocks are going to be from there. So one of the notable differences of those G-Shocks is it's going to have a metal case. So Terry's, for example, is like a made in Thailand one, or the made in China ones. Once you take off this rubber shroud here, underneath you're going to see like resin or plastic, and that's what makes up the case. These ones have a metal case with a metal screw-in case back. You can show the difference, Terry, on yours.
So this one says made in Thailand. It's got the screws.
Yeah, and this one has that screw-down case back. So not only is it like way tougher, it's just more expensive, more premium. It's definitely like a little bit heavier. It's got some gravity to it, so it has like wrist presence. You know what I mean? To it. Like when you put it on, you feel it. It's not like a dinky plasticky watch where you're not gonna feel the watch. It feels good on the wrist. Oh, also one other detail that people don't talk about. This has metal lugs as well. So where the strap goes on, you're not gonna accidentally break off the strap lug, because I know on the plastic ones sometimes you can break a lug. On this one, there's no way. Like you'll break maybe a spring bar, but you'll never break the watch case.
Fix those up, no problem.
So this one has, of course, basically like the top tier module in it. The module is the movement, or like the brain of the watch. And this one is the 3459. It's fully featured, so I'll give you a quick rundown of all the features it has. It has, of course, the time, 12 or 24-hour format, date function, world time, so you can select 5 different time zones and put those in the watch on like you press the button and it will cycle through them. So you can quickly check, what's the time in Hong Kong, Tokyo, Vancouver, wherever you set it to. Alarm, so you can set 5 daily alarms, 1 snooze alarm. You can also set like weekly alarms. We'll talk a little bit more about that. It has hourly signal if you want it, or like an hourly chime. I think it would be kind of annoying personally, but maybe...
Oh, you mean like the Westminster chimes, like ding?
No, it just goes beep. It just does 1 beep, but like every hour you'll hear like on the hour like a little beep. So if you
got good ears, it's a delicate beep.
It has a stopwatch with split time, a timer, white LED backlight, which I'll try to make a clip later to show because it's pretty. You'll see it in the dark. The full auto calendar up to the year 2099.
Okay.
So it'll be good for another 74 years, I guess.
Yeah, then it rolls
so
over.
basically,
then it rolls over.
Then it rolls. So you basically just like set it and forget it. Like once you have the watch set up, and mine came like with the perfect date and perfect time from the factory, you don't have to touch it. Like it'll just go on and on forever. You don't have to worry about leap years or fall, what they call it, like time change.
Yeah.
Fall, spring forward, fall back, that kind of thing.
All future astrological events have been predicted and accounted for.
Exactly. And then it comes with another feature, Tough Solar. What's Tough Solar, Terry?
Tough Solar. So Tough Solar basically means these are solar recharging watches there. Tough because it's a G-Shock, but solar, just because around the outside edge of
Yeah,
the
look
frame.
really closely here.
You got a tiny little bit of like a mini solar panel there. And I know it works because, again, I have the same feature in my watch there, and it's going original battery for 15 years there. I'm not a vampire, spend time in the sun, not a lot, but it's a great little feature, and I just don't sweat it. This is, the ultimate set it and forget it watch. It's just there, just like your companion.
Yeah, so as long as your watch is exposed to light, it's just gonna stay charged. And basically, I'm not gonna say forever because nothing is forever.
Nothing's forever.
But
a long
for the
time.
foreseeable future,
Yeah.
it'll just keep running and running because
Yeah.
it's not running off the battery, it's running off that.
Yeah, you'll
that
go
solar
through
power.
like many iPhones before you have to
Yes.
have to swap that out there.
And then the next killer feature, well, there's a few killer features, but the next one that you're a big fan of,
killer features.
multi-band 6.
Yes.
Can you tell me about multi-band 6?
So multi-band 6 multi-band basically means that this has a little radio receiver inside the watch, which receives a radio signal from atomic clocks scattered throughout the world.
Why is it atomic? Is it gonna blow up?
Same principle, different application. The atomic clocks are just hyper accurate clocks run by incredibly clever scientists in different locations all over the world, and they will actually transmit perfect time signals over special frequencies that things can receive, including this watch. So once a day, or however many times a day you want, it will receive a signal, usually around midnight, and it just correct itself. So of course it has a quartz movement, which is already pretty darn good.
It's accurate to like plus or minus 15 seconds a month.
Yeah, a month.
And then every night, if you use the multi-band 6 feature,
It just gets nudged a bit.
it will receive the signal and just update the time and make sure that it's
Yeah.
like to the second accurate.
Yeah, so like 6 means like the 6 radio, it gets signals from 6 radio stations. I have the older one, the 5. I only get signals from 5 different stations. So sometimes my older watch, a little bit trouble getting reception. But it's great. It's fantastic. I just leave it near the window, and then come the morning, says received, you're up.
Yeah. But what if, Terry, you don't live near one of these towers? Say you live in Antarctica. Then what?
Well, then what? Well,
Don't worry. I have a solution for you.
Oh yeah, you mean
okay?
you don't have to go there manually? No.
This watch has the solution. So let's say for some reason you live in a tunnel, or you live in like Argentina or someplace where they don't have, basically the radio towers don't reach.
Yeah.
Sometimes in very remote areas.
We're also on the, like,
remote Canada, like northern Canada,
Yeah.
you may run into that. But don't worry, we got a solution for that. This watch also has Bluetooth connectivity. So I highly recommend that if you get one of these, you download the Casio app, you're gonna connect it to your watch, and then every day it will attempt 4 times a day to synchronize the time using your phone. So again, instead of getting that radio tower, your phone is just gonna reach out with Bluetooth and then gonna synchronize everything, make sure it's perfect. And I want to kind of whip out the app here.
Oh, you're gonna show you the full
We're gonna
tutorial.
show you-
Yeah, we're going in deep, eh?
Yeah. We're going deep, all the way. Okay, so the way it works is we got the app here. Can you see that, Vinny? Mm-hmm. And then you're just gonna hold down this button, and then it's gonna say hold, connecting. There we go. Okay, so now it's connected. Go over to my watch. Oh, did I click the wrong thing? We're on the digital tour.
Oh, your giant thumbs.
My fat fingers. There we go. And you can see the watch right here. And then, so there it's connected right here. And down below here, we can choose all of the settings. So let's say you don't really want to like mess around. You got fat fingers, you want to play with the buttons or whatever. You can come down here. You can work with the alarms, set the alarms if you want. You can set a timer if you want. You can set reminders here. I think I have one. Payday. So every payday, every Thursday, there's gonna be a little text in the top right of the screen, and it just kind of like shows that text. But you could put in as many, or you can put up to 5 different reminders and set them for whenever you want. And then we have the world time function here, which I mentioned before. you have these like on your second feature where you can just kind of cycle through different time zones in case you want to see what the time is there. Time synchronization. So like I said, it's going to synchronize at least once a day. It'll try 4 times a day. And here you can see down here my history of all the times that it's been syncing. And another crazy feature. This is a wacky feature. There's 2 other wacky features. They have a phone finder feature. So if you lose your phone, like, you know how sometimes you're like, oh, I lost my phone, but you know it's in your house somewhere and it's like you can't find it. You press a button and hold it on your watch, and then all of a sudden your watch is going to start ringing, and you can go find it, like at full volume.
Oh.
And then there's one more other feature, which is kind of a crazy feature, which is you can basically, if you are connected with the Bluetooth, you press and hold one button, and it's going to basically make a GPS waypoint with the time on your app. So you can go back on your app and see like a little map of like all the places you've recorded. So let's say you go to a cool little breadcrumb. So yeah, if you go to a place and you're like, oh, I'm in this cool place, I want to remember this spot or whatever, you just go boop, and then it's going to put a little GPS waypoint and record that time.
Ooh, I like this house. Let me set a waypoint.
Or it could also be neat. Like I remember, like I went moose hunting once, and I found like a nice clearing or something along like the trail, whatever, and I wanted to make sure I come back to that. So I kind of pinged that there. I mean, like there's other tools you can use. You can use your phone there, but it's just nice to have it on the watch, a little backup.
You don't even have to bring your phone. You just go boop. You just press a little button, make a waypoint. Again, these are like just kind of random features you might not be using every day, but I thought it was kind of cool, and some of the premium stuff that you do get with these made in Japan G-Shocks. So, any last words before I tell them the promo?
The promo. No last words. So basically, these are the best G-Shock watches there.
Yeah, these are like top tier.
Like Casto's making a great product. It's a really cool watch. It's tough. It tells the time very well. It has like a lot of heritage. It's cool, kind of mixed in with our little bit of our DNA of like beating stuff up, but also being like, robust and fun without like being fragile or delicate there. And yeah, I think you guys really enjoy it. We were already like fans of Casto before we started, so I think it's a great little mix, great match. I hope you like this. We have we'll have like a selection to begin with, but
so I have a few other here. If you're curious and you wanna skip the line, you can go over to the website and check them out yourself, or wait till next week. We're gonna go through like one each week and kind of show it off.
Yeah, and depending how this does, we can always get some more.
Yes, we will be getting more. So the promo code.
What's this? Promo code?
Promo code.
Promo code.
Since you guys watched to the very end, I want to hook you guys up, help you guys get one of these bad boys on your wrist. And so we have a promo code. You're going to be getting 20% off through tateandYoko.com. The promo code is one word, no spaces. I love G-Shocks.
Yeah, I love G-Shocks.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen. I love G-Shocks. Get 20% off on your order of a Casio G-Shock. One of these guys down here. Join the club. Join me. Join Terry. Join the crew here. And yeah, I guarantee you'll enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things where you're like, you don't have to stress, you don't have to worry. You just put it on. You have a good time. Looks good. Works perfectly. Can be more accurate than anybody else who's got their mechanical watches.
Even their Submariners.
Doesn't matter what model. Your time is going to be better.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that's going to do it for G-Shock time. Thanks for sticking around. Now we're going to go check out Brandon's truck.
What's up, dirty dog? Oh, well, hello everyone. This is my 1990 Daihatsu Hijet Jumbo. Of course, you can see the Jumbo model has the extended headroom and the extended back. So this is one of the only K trucks that you can recline with. I imported this bad boy from Japan, and it was souped up by a company called Vivid Vans. Super nice dudes from BC, and they did all the work on it, and I'm pretty proud of the result. So here on the door panel, you can see the custom leather patch that we did together with this awesome company called Vivid Vans. They're these super rad dudes from BC. They normally soup up VW Synchro vans, but they were looking for another project, and it was a perfect coincidence because at the time we were looking to do something with this guy. So it actually came white, but they did this amazing indigo paint job on it. They call it an experimental paint job because they kind of did it just like a jeans yarn is dyed. So a yarn for jeans is usually white and then dyed over in indigo, darker, but yet has this kind of white core. So this is the same thing. It's white underneath, but then they put a little bit of indigo and then more indigo paint and more and a bunch of layers on top, but purposely did not put the same kind of primer that they normally do, so that when you see scratches and stuff, you'll start to fade away at the layers and hopefully have this kind of fading paint job, as you would say.
Tell us about the seats.
And then, so for all of the leather inside, for the other seats, for the door panel, for the shift boot as well, we used a natural vegetable tanned leather. And I thought that this would be amazing because just like denim, it is one of the most beautiful leathers that fades so beautifully over time, that age so nicely over time. And you can already see like where the oils are from my jeans and the hands, and where the light hits it. It's already started to age, and it smells amazing when you go in the car too. Just smells like veg tan leather. And if you can see on the headliner here, it's an 18-ounce big slub indigo rope dyed Japanese selvage denim. We also have it on the sunshades as well. You can see the little selvage busted seam there too. We do the carpets as well in the same 18-ounce big slub denim. We had some speakers put in, little red shift knob. The red is kind of ode to the red selvage edge, and so is the body here. If you can see, the chassis is painted red as well, and that's completely underneath. While we're down here, you might as well take a look at these wheels. They're Speedstar SSR wheels. They claim that this is the first ever 3-piece wheel ever created in Japan. So pretty proud of those wheels too. They're pretty rad. I love the full kind of like dish style. Yeah, back to the interior. I mean, the motor is under the seats. The motor is quite amazing and funny. It's a 3-cylinder 660cc engine. Not that many 3-cylinder engines out there, so it's quite unique. We have kind of like kept the radio here, even though the radio doesn't work. But then we put a Bluetooth system in here, so you can see a lot of like retro cars use this, where you kind of want to keep the original radio, but you have a Bluetooth system in there, and it all wires through to the speakers. So that's pretty rad. I got my little quad lock here where I can put my phone. This truck is a survivor, and very unfortunately, we had a pretty big rainfall here in Montreal last August, and our garage over there is of course below ground, and it got terribly flooded. So various cars and motorcycles were completely lost. I was worried that this was going to be lost too, but we have because the water went all the way up to here. When I opened the door, water came rushing out. No, because everything got cleaned. But there was water in here initially, but then like it poured out, and there's holes in there, so it's all okay.
You can see watermarks here.
There are some watermarks here, but that's actually from because the seal here wasn't good, and one time when I washed it, the water dripped in. The first time I washed it, so now I'm more careful. But yeah, that water act was actually my fault. But when we recovered the car, you could see a watermark all along it. Luckily, it didn't fuck with the leather. This car is a little bit higher than some other cars, so it managed to be okay. And we have an amazing guy named Evgeny who's got a shop just like a few blocks away, and he saved this bad boy. So I'm very grateful to him. Yeah, so this truck is a survivor.
All right, thanks for the update on the truck.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And we're back. Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed that little blast with the cute little K-Truck. Isn't it adorable? So this brings us to the end of our little segment over here. This is the Word of the Week segment, where you guys absolutely very well do know that there's a special word that you put in the comment section of your order. And if you get chosen for that week, you can win a little prize from us. And if you don't get chosen, don't worry. We'll send some extra stickers and some kind words of love, or maybe some drawings. A lot of drawings this week by Mr. Garrett. So you guys out there, Mr. Garrett did everyone's Word of the Weeks this week. So you're all winners. You're all very, very lucky. So without further ado, the word of the week for last week was I think Desiderium. Double check over there. Desiderium, yes. Basically this is like a like an intense longing for something that has gone or lost or something. So there's a very like melancholic word there, and we had a lot of people write in, not just because it was MIJ14 release, but I think because it's such a beautiful word. So thank you very, very much to everybody who wrote in. But we do only have one winner, and we have all the way from West Orange, New Jersey. Not to be confused, those East Orange guys, bunch of clowns. Malcolm, Malcolm from West Orange, New Jersey, and then he also he feels Desiderium for Kobe. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Yeah, but yeah, excellent choice here. What an order over here. I was going to show you. You got the full MIJ14 tuxedo. I'm just going to remind people what these looks like. What could have been you? What could be feeling you with like feelings of Desiderium over there? It was kind of like set up this little tuxedo. Look at that. Excellent choice there. Top and bottom there. Got some nice summer armor to walk around the streets and stuff. And just to honor that, we're going to throw in this classic MIJ poster for you as well. Ooh. This is kind of like really complete the look. Yes. So you can kind of got to go like wear the full armor, put the poster in the background, take some selfies, and share it with us. So there you go. We do hope you enjoy your order very, very much, Malcolm. And yeah, we'll send it off to you right away. Which brings us to the word for this week, chosen by my brother in the family chat there. It's a fun one. We're going back to a little bit of a biological twist, or a snap, or a break. And the word is tot o me. A tot o me. Tot o me. Yes. The hint is biology. So it's a bit of a fun one. Look it up. Look at the pictures. They're weird. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. As always, take care of each other and be kind. Bye-bye.